Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this chatty get ready with me. What I'm gonna do another look with my palette with Kaleidos. This is the Club Nebula palette. This palette is available now and I will leave a couple of links and some info down in the description box. Let me just show you. This is the palette that me and Kaleidos did. I'm gonna do a fourth look with this. I will leave some links and some info, like I said, in the description box. And I'm gonna chat a bit about, I don't know, life. Let's just chat. Let's chat. I'm gonna use some of my trusted favorites. I'm gonna do a full face. And I'm also gonna be using... Is there any news here? Not really. Oh, there's one new concealer. Oh, and I'm gonna try the freckle pen from Colourpop because I finally have it. So most of these are oldies but goodies. Two of them are going to be brand new products, and then of course we are going to do another look with this palette. And if you haven't been here before, my name is Angie. Hello, I am a lover of fashion and makeup, especially colorful makeup and colorful fashion. I'm wearing my absolute favorite shirt ever today, the one with the eyes. Love this one. Unfortunately it's old, but if you want to see some more fun, experimental, colorful, bright, not too, you know, going by the book makeup things, don't forget to subscribe because I do upload several videos a week. Okay, I'm gonna use, this is one of my favorite foundations in my collection. This is the Giorgio Armani Neo Nude. I think this is my second favorite foundation. Well, this is the favorite foundation if I want to have more of a natural coverage. I'm gonna mix 5.5 and 4. 5.5 is a medium warm shade and I use that when I have a little bit of self-tanner, but I haven't been applying any self-tanner for a little bit, so I think that if I just use this, it will be a little bit too dark. Well, not too much, but yeah, a little bit for sure. So let me mix a bit. I feel like a lot of us, me included, are just feeling like so far January has been like the 13th month of 2020 because it's been like the same old with the pandemic and all the restrictions, but at least now we have a vaccine. All we need is for it to be like, you know, distributed, and hopefully slowly but surely we can somewhat like go back to not maybe the life we had, but at least the life we want to have, because I feel like 2020 was the year of people realizing things, coming to realizations not only about yourself but also about other people around you. I feel like the pandemic and the Black Lives Matter movement has really made us gain perspective of what is important in life and why we are treating some people the way we do and who we can cut out of our lives. I have actually learned so much, not only about me, but about how I can be a better person, the things that I have done, not maliciously, but because I didn't know better and because, let's be honest, I was privileged enough that I didn't need to go and seek out the information. So 2020 has taught me that I need to be proactive. I need to be going out and seeking information about things that I am privileged with, like problems that doesn't affect me, but in the long run it does affect me because we are all living on the same planet. And I feel very grateful for having that being told to me that you need to do better, you need to be better, because right now it's not enough to be not racist. You have to be anti-racist and you have to be an ally and you have to know and seek out information yourself. I was talking to one of my friends the other day and we were talking about the problem why we are never taught our bad history in school. We're always taught about all the great things that our countries have done when we are in school, and not that often are we taught the things that our country has done that's been crap. The things that we should be ashamed of, because we are ashamed of it, so we don't want to dwell on it. But at the same time, how are we supposed to learn from our mistakes if we keep pretending they never happened? And I think that that goes for every country. Like, we need to be better. Okay, this is the Dose of Colors concealer. This one is an 06 Light and this is Light. But we need to be better at like talking about like what things we have done that we were ashamed of as a country so that we actually cannot do them again. And I feel like sometimes we're not that good at that. And there are people during this year that I have, after finding out things or after seeing how they react on social media, or even like influencers and family members, that I've been like, you know what? That's a no-go for me. And I think that that is important as well. I talked about this a while ago, that we need to make it uncomfortable to be racist. Because let's be honest, a lot of people are afraid of confrontation, so they'll just let it be and they'll just let it slide. But what we need to do is to call them out on their bullshit. I've also learned that we are not as community driven in Sweden as I gave us credit for. Like, we're not as community driven as I gave us credit for, because eventually Swedes also cracked. This is so light. I'm gonna be that Kim Kardashian look today. And Swedes also cracked, and they didn't want to stay home, and they also wanted to live their life. I mean, of course it makes me sad to see that people are like, okay, fluff it, I'll just do whatever I want, because I mean, you are jeopardizing not only your own life but other people's lives. And it's like, fine, you jeopardize your own life, like, go right ahead. I can't be bothered. But you jeopardizing other people's lives, that's the part I'm like not really that happy about. And if nothing else, 2020 has showed us that, you know, when all the people are talking about like, no, we can't change our habits and we can't change the way the world is and we cannot change legislation to save the planet from pollution, all of a sudden all those people that are in that age group, you know, the more mature people, all of a sudden when it was their lives that was in danger and not the generations that's gonna be thriving when they're dead, all of a sudden it was so easy to change your habits, so easy to tell others to change your habit, and so easy to make new laws. And I hope that this is something that the younger generation will be pushing on and like really talking about when new legislation is being made, that actually it's not that hard. It's about seeing what's important. And I do think that a lot of people are like, I don't care about climate change because I'm gonna be dead when it happens. And that's the problem. Oh, I need to do my brows. I love this bracelet. I bought it myself from Ana Luisa because I think it's so pretty, but this is... That's gonna get old real fast. Okay, I did some brows and I also did a lip pencil. This is the Nabla Close-Up Lip Shaper in number 1 because I wanted to use a gloss. And I have such dry under eyes and such dry lips now, because it's really, I don't know if you can see how light it is outside now. It's not really because Sweden is light, it's because of the snow. We've gotten a lot of snow and it's really like cold and dry outside. I'm not really sure in what order I want to do all of these things. I think I'm just gonna start with bronzer. I'm gonna use my oldie but goodie. This is the MAC Give Me Sun. I thought that me saying that I was gonna use some of my older favorites, this is definitely an oldie but a goodie. I love MAC Give Me Sun. It's a very warm bronzer though, so if you do not have a warm undertone in your skin, you're not gonna like it, and even then you might not like it, but I love a warm bronzer and I really like this one. I will also say like 2020 really taught me that, you know what, I am okay with the life I have. I'm okay with the apartment that I have, the partner I have, the hobbies that I have. Although I will say that I really missed doing some things. Most of all, traveling. I love traveling, and also I really missed like events and meeting people and going to the movies. But I'm not the person that like is out every week. I never go to nightclubs. I'm not hanging at bars. Like, I never go to parties. And I realized that I do like doing that from time to time. But like once or twice a year is fine for me. So right now I'm like, yeah, I could definitely go to a nightclub. But I'm also quite fine not doing it. You know, 2020 has made me realize that I like where I am in my life. I like my partner, I like my home, I like my pets, I like everything about my life. I just really miss traveling. And I really hope that me and Ricardo will have the opportunity to do that soon. In the beginning of 2020, just before like the pandemic hit, I don't want to say I'm struggling with my channel. Look at this. Ricardo always calls me a gremlin because I never get rid of like my peach fuzz or this, because my mom told me when I was a kid that having peach fuzz means that you have good skin. So I never get rid of that. I never wax my face or anything because My mom told me that that was having good skin, so I'm keeping it. But in the beginning of 2020, before the pandemic hit, I was having not struggles, but I was realizing that there was something about my channel here on YouTube. There was something I didn't get. Like, I realized that I am not getting the views that other people around my size are getting. I am not getting the subscribers that other people around my size are getting. What am I doing? I'm just smearing it on my hand. What am I doing? What am I missing? And I couldn't really see it, and I feel like sometimes it's so easy to be like, oh, it's the algorithm. And I couldn't like see what it was, because it's so easy to be like, it's the algorithm. I mean, YouTube has been having a lot of problems with like unsubscribing people, for example, even though you didn't unsubscribe. Like, that happened to me as well with channels. So that is not the algorithm, that is like a known bug. That is a known bug, so that is not the algorithm. But I also I felt like I am missing something. There is something that I don't understand, and I want to understand. Like, I want to understand, I use this one by the way. I want to understand what it is. So I found this boot camp, and I will link it down below. I'm not sponsored. I paid for this boot camp. It is pretty expensive, but I made it as like an investment for myself and for my channel, because I was thinking that maybe I could learn something. And since I realized that I was not gonna go to events or vacations this year, I decided to invest in my channel instead of in experiences. And now, since I'm now doing this full time, I think that that was like a really good investment for me, because it made it a bit easier. Because if you watch my channels before, if you watch my videos before, you know that I quit my full-time job because me and my husband was gonna move abroad, and then COVID hit and I quit my job, and now I'm just doing YouTube full-time, because there's no point in me go out and finding another job right now, because I don't know, are we moving in a month? Are we moving in 6 months? Are we never moving? Like, what's going on? So So me investing this money in this boot camp, and like I said, I will leave a link to it down below. I think she has a wait list. I'm not 100% sure, but I think she has a wait list. I'm just gonna use a bit of this diamond dasher just on the cheekbones. But I got on the wait list, and I waited, I don't know how long, like a couple of weeks maybe. And she asked me if I wanted to join. It is pretty expensive, but I saw it as an investment. And me personally, I have regained that money. Because I learned a lot during this bootcamp, and I'm not going to be giving out her lessons for free. And if you are investing in your YouTube channel and you wanna, and you're in the position that I was, that you realize that there is something that you're doing that you could be doing better, like, and you don't understand what it is. Because I feel like, for me, the biggest takeaway from this bootcamp that I have is that I still have videos that tank, and I don't have the best growth on YouTube. But before, I didn't understand why, but now I do. If a video tanks, I know why. And I think maybe this is the biggest lesson. After this like boot camp, I want to try this freckle pen. Is this gonna be a mess? Maybe. The biggest takeaway for me is that it's not the algorithm, it's me. And maybe that's the same for you. Maybe it's not the algorithm, maybe it's you. And this is, of course, is only if you like have a YouTube channel, but I learned so many things. Ooh, this is chubbier than I thought. This chair, I swear, is falling apart. How am I doing this? Am I gonna go over with, how am I doing this? Oh my god, this could be. I've never had freckles, so I don't know like how they're supposed to look. This could be a big mistake. How much are you supposed to do? Because I feel like, does this even look okay? Don't answer that. I feel like Pippi Longstocking. And I'm not sure if it's in a good way. I'm just gonna take a little bit of my powder, the High Glass. Do you see how... I'm happy I have a backup. This is the NYX High Glass. I'm just dipping this in, and I'm just gonna... because this is a luminous finishing powder, and I'm just gonna go over this a little bit. Is this okay? I feel like a little girl. I'm literally turning 37 in like a week and I feel like Pippi Longstocking. I look cute. We have a cat visitor. Hi, sweetie. And the dog is here on the floor as well. Anyways, let me use the palette. I'm gonna be using this shade, Naru, and the Rock Copper shade in my crease to begin with. And I'm gonna try and put the mattes only here in the outer part of the crease. I'm just gonna, in a very fluffy brush, just start with this lightest shade, but I just wanna have it here in the outer part. I don't want to have any kind of depth or darkness in the inner part, so I'm just putting this in like half the lid and half the crease, nothing in the inner part. And this is just the Naru shade to begin with. So it's like a grayish taupe with a slight pink undertone. Ooh, maybe I should zoom in a little bit so you can see something. Sorry. It's always so nice though to be a bit more zoomed out when you're doing a chatty get ready with me, so you're not so incredibly zoomed in. Okay, now I'm taking that darker shadow, Rock Copper, and I'm just gonna deepen up this outer part just a little bit more so we really can get that smoky grayish. You see, this one has a little bit more of a plum undertone. Oh my god, all my folds and all my creases and all my wrinkles. Ah, youth. I miss you. I feel like right now with my channel, I'm so happy where I'm at. I'm so happy with like the things that I am putting out. And I feel like there was always, now that I look back at some of the things that I posted before, like I like it. I like a lot of the things that I've posted before, and through trial and error I have learned not only what I like, but also what you like what you really want to see. And it's not always exactly the things that I want to see. I'm always gonna film the things that I feel like filming, but if it's something that I know you're just not gonna enjoy, I'll just either skip it or put a twist to it so it makes more sense for you. Because I mean, YouTube isn't like a full experience. Part of what's fun with YouTube is seeing your reactions, seeing how you react to it and knowing that you created something that people actually did want to watch. Creating something that people doesn't want to watch, it isn't as fun, it isn't as rewarding. I mean, if I only wanted to create videos and I didn't care about whoever saw them, or if anyone saw them, I just put them on my hard drive and show my husband and my dog. Like, every YouTuber wants their videos to be seen, and I'm not trying to get in the millions here. I'm not trying to be, like I mentioned before, Tati rich. I'm just trying to get by, trying to make things work for me, and trying to just have fun along the way and just create things that I think that you will enjoy. I'm taking the You're My Only Hope, the super bright like icy lavender metallic, and I am putting that on the inner half. I'm actually using a prank brush. This is a shade brush. It's like a little bit of a stubby, I don't want to say blender brush, but it's definitely not a flat brush. It doesn't have to be a flat brush for you to be able to do a good metallic look. Sometimes the fluffy brushes are actually better at really buffing them in and showing the potential. I'm just putting this on half the lid and all the way up into the crease, and I'm just meeting a bit with the dark shade. I'm gonna blend over with the other shadow in a bit, like just to smoothen this a bit. Sorry about the airplanes in the background. I'm living in the town that has our like military flight base. I'm just blending a bit with the dark gray on the lid and just taking it in a little bit so that we can have somewhat of a transition. I'm just trying to create that diagonal that I really like. And I'm not being too thorough. This isn't a thorough look. This is an easy look. I haven't done a liquid liner in such a long time, so I'm gonna do a liner and some mascara, and then I'll come back and we can do the lower lash line, and hopefully this training is over. I hope you can't hear that in the back. I'm gonna pretend you don't. I'm actually gonna do a little purple on the lower lash line, so I'm gonna use Cylon, and then I'm gonna use Nova. You can't hear that, can't you? And I'm gonna use Nova to layer a bit to like bring out the purpleness. Purpleness. I thought, why don't we do a little pop? If you just want to keep it neutral, of course you can use the cool tone taupey shades on the lower lash line as well. But I thought this could be fun. I think that looks really cute. Maybe I should put some purple in my waterline as well. Or maybe I'll put like Crybaby. You know that pastel lavender that Colourpop has? I feel like that would be perfect with this look. To like open it up but still keep it a little lavender. Yeah, I'm gonna bring that. I will say this concealer is creasing on me a little bit. I need to use it a bit more to see how I feel. But I have very, very dry under eyes right now, so it might be that, to be honest. I'm taking Nova, which is, like I said, that like iridescent shade. Maybe I'll spray it, just so it doesn't flake away, because I just want it to be precise. Do you see how that is changing the look? Do you see that? Ooh. I'm gonna layer that on top to make this a bit more of a lighter purple. Do you see that effect? It makes it like that beautiful purple. That's so pretty. I'm also gonna put the You're My Only Hope, which is the shade that we have here on the lid. I'm gonna put that in my inner corners as well, because it's such a bright icy shade. I think that is gonna be the finished look, honestly. I feel like this is so fun. I'll put a bit of that lavender Crybaby in my waterline. I brought out the Iconic lights. I'm gonna put these on. And I think that's gonna be it. Is it? I think so. Okay, that is the finished look. I feel very pretty, very pulled together, and a bit colorful, even though this is mostly neutrals, but they're just brighter and darker and more fun. I mean, I created this palette. Obviously, I think it's fun. Let me know, what are the things that you feel like you learned in 2020, or what are the things that you would like to work on in 2021? I am gonna keep working on all of the things that I've mentioned here. You can always become better. I feel like the battle is lost at the point where you think that you are perfect and there is nothing about you that you can improve. There are so many things about me that I can improve, which doesn't make me a bad person. I just know that there are so many things that I can do better. And when it comes to YouTube, there are so many things that I want to try and so many things I want to do. I didn't really put up any goals for 2021 like I did in 2020 about being better with editing. Maybe to get the microphone to work, because I never did end up getting, I tried so many times. Maybe that could be my goal, to be fair. To get my audio to be even better, because I don't have bad audio. I just want it to be even better, and I failed in doing that in 2020, so maybe 2021 could be the year. Fingers crossed. And if you're interested in this palette, it is available now. It did launch on the 19th. Check the info in the description box. Thank you so much for all the kind words and all the support that has been with this launch. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Thank you for being here for me. Thank you for being just amazing, sweet people, and I hope that you like the look. I hope you like the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!